inside Ruto's 4.8 trillion shilling 2027 election budget. They're calling it the election budget, actually, because this is the final year.
Yeah.
He'll get a full year to implement this. Next year, after the budget, it will be 2-3 months, actually a month to the elections.
Yes.
So this is what they're calling the election budget. Every allocation carries both a fiscal cost and calculated political outcome. Remember, there's a discussion about the finance bill, which is how this budget will be funded. But now, highlights of the proposed 2026-2027 estimates, which are already before the National Assembly. Agriculture, for fertilizer subsidy, 18 billion shillings. Seed subsidy, 2 billion. Sugar reforms, coffee debt waiver. Kuna ile grassroots network, village elders stipend.
Hiyo ni gani?
Kuna ile pesa inapangwa wazee.
Wazee. Yeah. So wanataka kuongeza?
Hiyo iko hapo. Hawajaongeza, ile wameallocate 3.96 billion.
Wow.
Wanapeana 3,000 shillings per elder. Unajua ule mzee tu wako nyumbani wafanye kazi anakaa tu. Akipata 1,300 unajua ni pesa mingi sana.
Basi imekwanga.
Ndio, lakini now we're just saying how much they've allocated to it. We're not saying the changes they've made. Itu ni how much have they allocated it this year. For jobs and education, teachers confirmations 5 billion, meaning that more teachers will be employed. Intern teachers is 8.1 billion shillings, meaning that they could actually consider employing on full-time basis this intern teachers. Wamezusha sana. University scholarships, and this is a big one, 30 billion.
Wow.
HELB, 56 billion. So in matters of education, fine. You see the challenge is fine. Unaweza ongea hiyo alafu una hiyo pesa. Hence the finance bill.
Yeah.
Ndio wanakota hii pesa through the finance bill alafu wanakuja wana implement hii budget. Yeah, remember, this is the biggest budget in Kenya's history, 4.8 trillion shillings. And you see, like for example, last year's budget was about 4.3 trillion shillings.
Yes.
But by the time the year is coming to an end, because of supplementary budgets and other changes in budgetary allocations here and there, it went up to 4.7 trillion.
Yeah.
So if at all this year's estimate is 4.8 trillion, believe you me, by the time we get to the next budget or to the end of the financial year, we'll have crossed the 5 trillion shilling mark.
Kabisa.
Yeah. So
the highest in the region, actually.
This one, if you compare it to, lakini tulisema tusiongee vibaya.
Ongea kweli,
hawatafika.
Sitishwe.
Hata wakiandika watatoa wapi pesa.
Yes. So do you think that we will go with 4.8 trillion ama itarudi chini?
It is 4.8 trillion, this one. Even if, and you see by now, they've done all the discussions and they're finalizing on the public participation.
Yes.
So by next month is just approving or rubber stamping this thing. So it's 4.8 trillion. I don't see it going up now, but believe you me, ile tumezoea, kutakuwa na supplementary budget mahali, alafu itafika 5 trillion shillings.
So you don't see it going up? Like, do you see it going down?
I see it going up.
Not down?
No, not
you see
by next month.
Trillion? Yes, by next month.
I don't think it can even go down by 100 billion shillings. So it will just remain
4.7 Apple.
4.8, 4.79 trillion, maybe.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. So they've allocated money for landless settlement in the coast. Youth and Women Nyota Fund, iko pale 4.7. Women Enterprise Fund, you remember that fund?
Yes.
410 million shillings. Interestingly, sioni hapa Hustler Fund kama inapewa pesa. Health and Social, UHC workers. Remember kuna wale volunteers. Wale walikuwa nazunguka. They've been allocated about 8.9 billion shillings. Community health promoters, those are the ones I'm talking about. 3.2 billion. Now this is from the National Treasury. Start familiarizing yourself with the discussions around budget, because usually around this time, that should be the discussion.
Kabisa.
Finance bill, budget, tunaenda upande gani. Jinsi walipiga kelele sana 2024.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're reading these estimates now?
I don't think so.
Are they even concerned?
I really don't think so. Sababu that noise that we were seeing in 2024 and also 2025 haikuwa imetulia kama sahi. But now I don't even think they know that public participation is ongoing in the month of May.
Mobile phones, mitumba, this will hit you directly, whether you like it or not. What is your voice on it? Ama itakuja saa ile tunaenda kumaliza hii discussion na unaanza kukasirika. Hasira unatoa wapi? Kama huwezi discuss hiyo kitu sahi, ukome kabisa.
Kabisa. Time inaisha.
So this is the Star, and that's the main story. I don't think we should even focus on anything else hapa. Naona tu ni siasa hapa na pale. On the back page, police on target, matters local football. Na ile siasa FKF bado inaendelea. And that's the Star.
All
Fresh, independent, different.
Sawa, tuangalie the Standard. Sulfur concerns. They say, they call it pollution, and Kenya's decision to allow higher sulfur fuel may ease shortages, but it comes with a quiet everyday cost to public health. Now, as this fuel burns, it releases more toxic fumes into the air, especially in crowded towns and cities. With every breath, people are exposed to pollutants linked to asthma, chest infections and other breathing problems. So anasema hii kama gari ya mtu inakupita, unajua zile gari zinatoa moshi. So if they use fuel that has sulfur in it, wakipita unaweza patwa na asthma. Yeah. They also say that over time, constant exposure can strain the lungs and worsen overall health. The same sulfur that pollutes the air also eats into engines, leading to more frequent breakdowns and higher repair costs. And while the quick fix policy may keep vehicles moving, it risks leaving many Kenyans both sicker and more vulnerable. This story has been captured on page 4 and 6. And yesterday, the two prominent guys, the Energy CS and the Trade CS, appeared before, was it Senate? Appeared before Senate yesterday to respond to this, the sulfur concerns and all. And there's a professor that has been quoted here, a University of Nairobi professor, that from a health perspective, this is risky. The Economic Survey 2026 shows that respiratory diseases are among the leading health problems in the country. Introducing fuel with higher sulfur content only worsens air pollution. Even without sulfur concerns, our air quality has not been ideal. Ni ukweli?
Tuache kuringa sana ati nini ijakuwa mzuri either way. But I do understand the kind of problem that we're facing as a country with the war in Iran.
Yeah.
The problem is we are looking for a quick fix. How should we get this oil? So because getting properly refined oil is proving a bit difficult, then we are opting for cheaper options or other options that may enable us at least sustain the fuel supply. Nakumbuka yesterday we were talking about a fuel shortage.
Yeah.
Kuna petrol stations zimeanza kuhold fuel akingojea next week April ifanye ile kitu. But either way we need a fuel.
Yeah.
Just hope that this will be a short-term fix and moving on. Ile refinery ya Tanga inafaa ikuje tukue tuna refine from this end so that we get whatever quality we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do from Tanga. Lakini ile yetu ya Changamwe kuliendaje?
Hiyo tulifunga. Refinery ya Changamwe ilifungwa kitambo.
Lakini sasa ya Tanga, rais wa kule Tanga Tanzania hata hajui kitu kama hii ina exist.
Museveni na Ruto na Ali Dangote hao wanajua.
Sasa wanataka kuinvade anyway.
They're not invading, but I guess if we have a refinery closer to us, even if we import crude oil, we can refine here and get the different levels of refined fuel that we want, and avoid such kind of problems.
Right. That's the only story given prominence on the front page. Page 2, Ruto accused of ignoring Kenyan safety for the sake of trade deals. Now, right defenders see betrayal for failure by President to side with Kenyans against Suluhu. Tanzanian authorities have killed, abducted and tortured Kenyans. Wanazungumzia ile story ya mkwaju. Kikuja piga mikwaju na huko kwako pia wapige mkwaju. I feel like tunatarajia the June 25th anniversary of the protests. Lakini sasa things like this zikiendelea, should we anticipate state violence come June 25th?
Exactly. President William Ruto has steered clear of that debate. Amenyamaza.
Ataki mama.
Hata asemi. Mama ndo alisema.
Yes, yeah.
Rais Ruto hajasema kitu.
It is very wise. Manake anajua, I feel like he knows the type of people he's dealing with. Like jana tulikuwa tunapata views, Kenyans are saying, you know, Kenya is not Tanzania. So...
But I'm more concerned about the quality of discussions this Gen Zs are having.
Yeah.
In 2024, it was a very nice, very valid discussion. They said, Apana, you can't do this through the finance bill. You can't increase taxation. But as we go along, what are we talking about now? What are the young Kenyans saying? Because I feel their voices are disappearing here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, tough times ahead. 4.8 trillion? Anyway, we should be having these conversations. On page 3, they talk about new faces join judiciary after JSC's historic peaks. They were sworn in, was it Tuesday? Tuesday, yeah. All right, we look at other stories. Wave of killings fuels femicide emergency calls. That's a story on page 7 of this newspaper. Gachagua's health. Doctor reveals Ruto's call. That the former DP was rushed to hospital when he was required to take the witness stand during his impeachment proceedings. And Dr. Gikonyo indicates that the president had a personal follow-up on Gachagua's health. Wow. That one is on page 9. Very interesting read. On the back page, ni kama imekufurahisha sana.
Yeah, back page. Unajua ile celebration ya Arsenal, it was very interesting.
Yeah.
You see, many people, and I've seen many pundits, football pundits, criticizing Arsenal for celebrating their win against Atletico.
Komeni kabisa.
Wasema ati wali over-celebrate. Like, you know, this is the first time in 20 years that Arsenal has reached the finals of the UEFA Champions League. That is something to celebrate. Whether or not they actually get to win, just reaching the finals, it is something to celebrate.
It's big.
If you've not done something for over 20 years and you finally get to do it through struggle.
Celebrate.
Celebrate.
Yeah.
By the way, as an Arsenal fan, celebrate. Usiambiwa ati usi celebrate. Mbona tunafungiwa tunakaziwa.
Manake if we kama tungefika kule wangetuchekelea sana. They would have celebrated our loss.
They were waiting to celebrate.
Yeah.
Sasa hivi wameona hakupata Arsenal on cusp of history after reaching Champions League final. 30th. Sio mbali sana, 30th of this month. In fact, we should have a countdown.
Yes.
Because today is 6th, so exactly 24 days.
Day 7th.
It's 6th. Oh, natupeleka hapo. Oh, ni 7.
Leo najua date.
So exactly 23 days. 23 days.
Yeah.
To the UEFA Champions League final. Itakuwa Budapest, Hungary. Na maybe by then tutakuwa tushabeba EPL. Nakwambia ile.
The drinks of the Lord.
Sijui mtatuambia nini. Sijui mtatembelea wapi.
That's the standard this morning.
It's the standard. Let's take a look at the Daily Nation. The Daily Nation, the main story is about affordable housing bosses to earn 86 billion shillings profit. Of course, there was business to be done. Misi leo shida iko wapi. So amesema summary of expenditure and profit by contractors. Panga hapo hesabu ingine imekuwa ngumu, lakini aggregate net margin profit 85.7 billion. Pesa mzuri. It's a windfall, they call it. The first batch of contractors under the affordable housing program will pocket 85.7 billion shillings in profit. This is a report commissioned by the government shows. This translates to a profit margin of 30%, much higher than between 2 and 15%, modest rates recommended by reputable global firms for taxpayer-funded projects. Wataunda almost a third in profits.
Wow, that's big money.
That is, you could say, almost immoral, because these are projects that are funded by the taxpayer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the construction boom has opened a new high-performing revenue stream for the taxman, according to the state report. Yes, of course, the taxman will get money. Yeah. Even kama watu watalipa tax, bado kuna ile contribution wewe una make.
Yeah.
So KRA inavuna either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pale juu, Ruto's phone call to Gachagua's doctor. Hiyo kitu imeleta shida sana, but president alipiga simu.
Yes, na tayari mshako sana.
Si unapiga tu ujue ni ukweli.
Kama amekufa.
Ni ukweli ama
anaenda maindi.
Lakini unajua unataka tukujua, okay fine. Ni ukweli ameenda hospitali.
Yeah.
What is the situation?
I think everyone will do that.
Either way, you know, even the impeachment process, it poses a security concern.
Yes.
So even as a member of the National Security Council, it's upon him to know what exactly is
kabisa.
So si ati alipiga kupeana pole.
Yes.
Alipiga kujua
kunaendaje.
Biting fuel shortage hits several towns. That's another story there on the inside pages. Kuna Gen Z hapa, because we've been saying that Gen Z hawashughuliki na hizi mambo. Kuna Gen Z amebuild bots to decode policy documents. Yeah? So you're making it easier for the others to actually access and review what's happening in policy documents. I wish this could be done on the budget and the finance bill, so that people can break it down and consume it. Unajua ile wakati ya 2024, they were even translating into vernacular sections of the finance bill and sections of the budget. I wish they could continue with that now to ensure that everyone can access these discussions.
Mwende is actually doing great things.
That's a great thing.
I know her in person.
Yeah.
So.
That's Mwende. She's
Mugambi.
Zizi Africa founder Mwende Mugambi. That story on page 2. Very inspiring. Fuel shortage inaendelea huko. Hospitals hakuna dawa. Hiyo ni mambo ya kawaida. Twende huko nyuma. Africa's fastest man, Omanyala, looks to Europe for inspiration. Informed Kenyan record holder hoping to replicate his fine 2023 form in several Diamond League meetings. Very interesting photo of this jamaa hapa. On the back page of the Daily Nation. Hata mambo ya Champions League iko, lakini haijawekwa huko nyuma. Imewekwa huko ndani, wasema incredible night. Ya nani? the great Arsenal.
Kabisa.
Na hiyo mtaisikia. Hii mwezi ni yetu.
Ama ndo maana Inonda kujikazi.
No, hata Manu Inonda amesema aende leave.
Taifa Leo sasa, simu ya Ruto kuhusu Gachagua. That's the main story in the front page of Taifa Leo this morning. Wanasema kwamba Rais Ruto alipiga simu kwa daktari mtaalamu wa moyo aliyekuwa akimhudumia aliyekuwa wakati huo naibu wa rais Rigathi Gachagua siku aliyolazwa hospitalini. Stakabadhi za koti zimefichua zikimvuta rais katika matukio ya siku ambayo Rigathi alivuliwa madaraka. Ni habari katika ukurasa wa pili. Ushahidi uliowasilishwa kotini waonyesha rais aliwasiliana na daktari wa Rigathi akitaka kujua hali yake. Tumezungumzia habari hiyo na vidokezo zaidi. Mpango wa kukata kotu kucha waiva. Juhudi za kuanzisha muungano mbadala wa wafanyikazi zimeanza kupata nguvu nchini. Sasa wafanyikazi hataki kotu. Ni kama. That story is on page 2. Mabaharia wa Kenya na Tanzania kuvuna. Hii ni baada ya Kenya na Tanzania kutia saini MOU kuhusu utambuzi wa vyeti vya baharini. Vilevile upinzani wapasuka Nigeria. Vinara wakuu Peter Obi na Rabiu Kwankwaso wajiondoa kwenye muungano mkubwa wa upinzani. On the top strip of Taifa Leo, ushuru mpya wa mitumba na simu njiani. Yes, this will be forming basis of conversations on the state of the nation, right?
Yes, indeed.
Maelfu ya wauzaji wanaotegemea biashara za mitumba kuathirika. Na vile hiyo habari ya Arsenali pale. Arsenal ni sherehe tu baada ya kufuzu. Historia ya bisha baada ya timu hiyo kuingia fainali ya UEFA kwa mara ya pili.
Arsenal ni sherehe tu. Hiyo mtaisikia hii mwezi yote.
Kabisa.
All right. People Daily, matters fuel crisis, sema 2027 tensions squeeze Kenya's industries. How latest energy scarcity and political heat are getting the business class jittery as country walks into election year. Okay, at least there's some relief. The US had the Secretary of Defense, Secretary of State, akisema hiyo vita walikuwa naita epic fury, ni kama wamemaliza. So kwa hivyo ni kama wanataka kusema Strait of Hormuz itafunguliwa. Unajua inafunguliwa asubuhi, inafungwa lunch time. Inafunguliwa tena jioni, inafungwa usiku. So wamesema hiyo epic fury ni kama imeisha. Maybe watafungua hiyo Strait of Hormuz, shida yote ya mafuta iishe, because if you mix a fuel crisis with campaigns for elections, itakuwa ngumu sana. That's a story on the front page of the People Daily. Gazeti gani tumebakisha? Business
Daily, right. All right.
Just the two top stories so that we can take a look at the regional ones.
All right. Muho Kenyatta reveals 20 billion shillings NCBA ownership, and this story has been captured on page 2 extensively. Tax pains as Treasury eyes 201 billion shillings in new budget. Again, hiyo ndio itakuwa inazungumziwa leo in the State of the Nation, and that's Business Daily.
All right. Let's cross over to Uganda. And today we only have one paper there, Daily Monitor. Nakumbuka ile jamaa waliiba laptops za Bank of Uganda. Ni kama tu muingie Central Bank of Kenya muibe laptops. The audacity. So Bank of Uganda raid, 5 police officers arrested. Kumbe ilikuwa ni askari police.
Wow.
A security official at the Bank of Uganda revealed that the stolen laptops contained commercial data, including sales transactions and consumer insights. The laptops and mobile phones belonging to the 5 officers are now being combed for forensic analysis. Au washikwe wawefunzo kwa wengine kama wao. Usijaribu kwenda Central Bank kuiba laptop. Kwani wewe ni nani? Tukivuka boda tuende Tanzania, tuangazie gazeti la Mwananchi. Kitanzi cha mafuta. It's the same discussion they're having across. Now, by the way, I think it's getting to a point where we cannot avoid discussing fuel. In Kenya, it's becoming a crisis. In Tanzania, it's a main story as well. Bei ya mafuta yazidi kung'ata, wananchi walia maumivu, usafiri wa umma, mabasi ya shule ni kilio. Wenye magari wabuni mbinu mpya. Wanabuni mbinu mpya gani? Ama ni ile ya gesi? Pengine. Kiasi cha ongezeko la fedha katika kila lita ya petroli kule ni shilingi 295. Usishtuke sana, hizi ni pesa za Tanzania. On the Citizen, and I can't find the Citizen. Nafikiri hiyo sando walificha. The Citizen, how Tanzanians are coping amid galloping fuel prices. It is the same concern across board. Pale saa hii imefika 4,000. 3,820 a liter of diesel. 4,115 for a liter of petrol. Nalia imefika 197 hapa. 4,000 bila shilingi 40 huwezi kuwa na lita 10. Hata shilingi 40,000 hazikupei lita 10 ya mafuta Tanzania.
Lakini sasa hiyo ni pesa ngapi?
Uko na 40,000 kwa mfuko na huwezi pata 10 liters.
Hii 40,000 ni Kenyan shillings ama Tanzania shillings?
Unaibeba aje 40,000 huko? Ni noti ngapi unabeba? 41,000. Lakini mbona tunazoea kuchekelea jirani?
Hakuna, lakini you know,
tuliambiwa tuache.
Pesa yetu ukipeleka kule Tanzania we ni mdosi.
Sisi ni kama tu rais wetu. Unachekelea jirani alafu unaenda kumbembeleza huko kwao. Unaambia I did not mean that. Ni ile tu banter.
Like father, like sons and daughters.
All right, let's come back home and take a look at the cartoons today.